How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Stefanton, and welcome back to Atomcraft. Today we are going to unlock a whole lot of these things, and I want to get this rocket launcher with the rockets. So we will get the rocket as soon as we have made more nitroglycerin, and then from there I want to see what else we can unlock. Over here, I have tested some offline. Here is auto heating, so we need to get nickel, bismuth, and chromium. That takes a hot second, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let us see. We need to get steel for those. Crowbar, easy. Blueprints is just cobalt. Blueprints is quite useless right now, so it's not that important. Then let's get the helmet. Heat resistant and thermometer. Okay, that is alright. Boron we can get in the depth level 2, or yeah, depth level 2. And mercury and glass. Glass is just heating up sand. Mercury, I'm not sure. Platinum and rhodium for the future, and then in the future as well, backpack level 2, because we need to increase the max capacity ASAP, because the deeper we go, the heavier the stuff gets, as well as we don't want to fly up and down the whole damn time. So fiber, we can get that by just mining wheat and something. Wheat and sugarcane, I think. And then we can use this glove to pick up these animals and pop them into a little area where we can have them just automate methane gas for us. So first of all, let's just quickly build a little furnace closer to us, because I don't want to fly all the way there the whole time to do the furnace. And if you remember, at the end of the last episode, we exploded it, so it is quite buggered. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the hammer, we're gonna grab ceramic, and let's just see, close to the ship, close-ish to the ship rather. Let us first get some. I want to do clay right now. I don't want to waste ceramic that much. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. Are we going to do it on this side? Yeah, let's do it on this side. Grab all of this dirt. Technically, this is compacted dirt. And if you mine it, then it just makes it dirt. Because I want to quickly make a little tree farm so that we've got infinite charcoal. Charcoal is renewable with trees and that. Coal is not renewable. So I am trying to ensure that we only use charcoal unless we use metals that really needs high intensity heat. Let's quickly pop some dirt down. Just make it equal-ish. Cool. And then with that, we just grab nuts, make it a tiny bit smaller, and pop nuts down like crazy. All the nuts are done. That's okay. Doesn't want to increase. Now we just grab the nuts off the ground again, and wherever there is open spots, we just pop the nuts down again. Cool. And as you can see, the trees grow very fast, which is amazing, because then we can light this up and make charcoal directly, or we can just mine it and make charcoal just above here, to be honest. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just needs to do the thing. So let's just make a little box like this. Perfect. I want to get the tape measure as well, because that actually helps out a lot with symmetry in that. The rocket launcher for now, I'm going to pop there. We can't use it until we make rockets. There we go. So that's fine. So what you then do is you just grab and not destroy the... There we go. There, and we've got wood. So you just control and it will mine. Well, it's supposed to just mine wood in that. It's okay. Oops, sorry, chicken. Yeah, collateral damage, boy. And grab the trunk. Yeah, this is quite difficult because it mines it weirdly. And yeah, we've got so much wood. So what you can do is you can grab grass. Just grab more grass and pop that there. Pop that there. It makes dirt. So you want to set it alight before it goes too crazy. And then just pop down wood. And it will make charcoal. That's exactly what we need. As I don't think we've got a lot of... Yeah, we don't have a lot of charcoal. Do we have a lot of charcoal in the shop? Let's quickly have a look. Charcoal? No, not at all. So this is a very good thing. We've got a lot of wood, so that's cool. I am going to then just make this guy bigger, because clearly we're gonna need it. Then we've got the crowbar. You can just hold shift to destroy it straight on, and then with clay, if you just select it in your hotbar somewhere where there's no pixels, there's no materials or anything, you can just grab that. Let's grab more wood and fill this guy up so that everything can become charcoal. Then there we go. So grab all the charcoal. Where's my lighter? And we just make a heck of a ton of charcoal. We already have 1.3k. That's perfect. Then with that, I want to make a quick furnace. So with the furnace, it does show it in Yar, where you can make this furnace. This one I'm still confused about. It's average. It's not fantastic, but yeah. This tips over Yar. It helps a lot, but make it small or something, or put it somewhere else because it goes over the text Yar. I haven't made that yet. This one is confusing. Let's make this guy, because we need to have the heat at the bottom. Just chuck this stuff in. According to the comments last episode, this is average. It's not the best because it traps gases when you've got stuff on top of it. It traps gases and liquids, so it can't do the nice combination, so on and so forth. But we can at least catch gases when it comes through. So I need to make steel as well. Steel is made, well, we need molten steel, and that is done with molten iron and carbon. So once I have popped this in, we can go from there. That's why I like the measuring tape, because then stuff is pretty close. So yeah, this we want quite close, because yeah, that should be fine. That's perfect. Then this I'm going to make a tiny bit further. Ensure that the carbon dioxide doesn't go into our roof over Yar. Let's make a small little roof. I want to get the middle right there. That's the middle there. I wonder. Yeah, this is just so that it looks average. Then on this side, a tiny bit further away, this should actually go up, not down. Cool. Let's grab the ceramic and ensure that it is outside of that, and then we just make another little roof over here. I'm gonna make it out of clay. Let's make it bigger. From there to there, and like there. I need the measuring tape, damn it. There to there. Cool. So the clay doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do, oh, we're pretty much out of clay as well. Damn, okay. We've got the charcoal over here. Let us pop some charcoal down in here. There we go. And then we need the molten steel, which is carbon, which we have there, and we've got iron. I don't have molten iron, so all we have to do is just pop iron in here, and we can light this up over here. So the molten iron is at 384 Celsius. That's really not very high. It's gonna melt very quickly. Once we have molten iron, we can then pop the carbon in. do I have more? Oh, we can take hematite as well and sort that out. Cool. Do I still have more iron? Iron, no. Okay, so cool, that's fine. Let us then grab this guy, grab a tiny bit, make it bigger, and there we go. I've got, not nuts, we've got some more iron over there. Clay, I'm just gonna hide in ceramic. Wood, I don't care for. Charcoal is cool. Molten iron. There we go. So, it doesn't want to do its thing. Let's grab more charcoal and pop it in here. Remember, when you pop down charcoal and things, it needs some space to breathe, otherwise it's going to die out. And that's why we also have this roof a tiny bit further up, because we don't want water to come in here. Methane is just because of the cows and, yeah, the cows that fought. Cool. Let us grab that. Then we want some more heat, but let's grab the molten iron and pop carbon on top of it, and it will make some steel. And that's exactly what we need. So let's just pop all the molten iron down. Grab the steel. There we go. Make it bigger and just continue doing this. We've got the molten steel that we can just pop down somewhere else. For example, right here, so it doesn't run out. Molten steel, we pop down here. It turns into steel and Bob's your uncle. There's molten iron, pop it in there. I don't want, there we go. See, that's the only thing, is it doesn't get oxygen to breathe, so yeah, it doesn't get space to breathe it through, so it makes it a tiny bit difficult to get everything sorted. Okay, all of this is molten steel. Grab all of that, and that is just molten iron and carbon. Molten iron we can pop down again. Nah, let's just make it iron. That's cool. And molten steel is cool. We need a tiny bit more. Let's make a tiny bit more, because we've got a few things to unlock. Awesome sauce. Let us grab the measuring tape, the pixel craft table, and cool. And the reason for that, the pixel craft table, is it gives us another tab on top here, which means we can make conveyors left and right, reversible conveyors, not sure what that does. Then blenders and pumps. The blenders are awesome because we can make mixes with it, and that means we can take charcoal and make carbon with it, which is really awesome. So let's grab all of this over here, grab our lighter and the ceramic. No, let's grab clay. Oh, we don't have enough. Okay, that's something else we're gonna have to make as well, because that is mixing water with gravel, and it will sort that out. Let's clean that up so we don't lose. And sweet, carbon dioxide, molten steel, and that is done. So what we need to do is a temperature control pixel. That means we need nickel, bismuth, and chromium. And this gives us heating elements, cooling elements, igniters, heat insulators, heat resistant glass, and heat resistant wire. Heat elements is awesome because you can set the heat how you want it, between 200 degrees, 800 degrees, 1200 and 1800. It is just made for low temperature heating, so yeah, it's not bad. What we're going to do then is grab nickel right there, bismuth right there, and if you don't know how to do this, here it says hold left shift to freeze tooltip. So if I don't hold shift, it goes away. Then we need chromium. Cool. Nickel is then made with, well, we've got carbon here, so we're gonna make nickel oxide. We've got hydrogen gas, so we still need to use nickel oxide. So 1 nickel oxide plus 1 carbon gives you nickel and carbon monoxide. So nickel oxide we get from pentlandite powder. If we heat it by 500 C, it gives us nickel oxide and sulfur dioxide gas. Sulfur dioxide gas is awesome because we can use it for a whole bunch of awesome stuff, like making sulfur, where sulfur will make sulfuric acid. So what I want to do then is grab our pentlandite powder, and that is from here. We go pentlandite powder. We've got a bunch of that, and pentlandite powder is grabbed from mining pentlandite. And if you go like this, you control, you go to map, you paste it, you search, it will highlight where you can grab it. I want to start digging down over here as well, cause I don't want everything to be on this side. So yeah, that's future, that's not now. I'm quickly going to grab more trees, make more charcoal so that we've got more, obviously, and then we're going to continue from there. Cool, so there's more charcoal there. We've got 3.1k, that is perfect. I'm just going to chuck the eggshells there, I don't care for it right now. Then what we still need is the nickel. So as I showed, the nickel we can get from, I didn't show this, but we can get it from chemicite deposit, nickel wall, a tannite deposit. Then we need the nickel oxide, which is the pentlandite powder for 500. So the pentlandite powder we can just grab over here. We go pentlandite, pop it there. Then we can chuck it here because this is quite hot. So let's just do that. It is going to turn into the nickel oxide. Is it hot enough? Yeah, it's 500. It should turn into that. Yeah. Pentlandite powder will turn into and sulfur dioxide gas. So technically we don't want to do it here because we want to, yeah, see, we want to grab as much of those things as possible. But there is nickel dioxide. I'm going to do it here as well so that we can grab the other gases as well. And if you didn't know, you can come all the way up here and just go up and up. And boom, now you are in space. You can get xenon, and we died because we need the helmet. And the helmet is done right there. So we just press H, or you can just click there. Then we can go all the way up. There's blood. We'll grab it at the bottom later. You can come up and still go up. And there we go. Here is some more nitrogen. We've got a lot of new gases that we got over here. So gases, we got krypton, methane is no, nitrogen, steam, and then xenon. And that is stuff we will need for our gases here. So you can get argon, neon, and helium as well. We can't go up too high. So yeah. And in the day, these gases just float around here in the sky, so that's all good. Let's just grab our blood. You can't do much with the blood if I remember correctly, so cool. Lye I don't care for right now. Let's grab this, pop it in here. Let's grab some charcoal. I'm just cleaning out my inventory. Okay, let's grab charcoal, pop it over here. Won't have some breathing room there, but it will breathe on this side, so that's all good. Oh man, I need to go around. That was silly. So let's just destroy this and build it a little bit down. There we go. And now you can see with the measuring tape, it shows us our numbers, and now we can ensure that it is the same. So yeah, it's going to be 7 on this side. It should be 7, but it's Q, so whatever. And I'm just popping the ceramic there for now. Okay, cool. Let us pop down more charcoal. it should heat it up to make the nitrate oxide, but because there's really not a lot of space, it makes it difficult. At 500 it gives us all of that, so let's just make it bigger, and yeah, it's in between. There we go. Now it made everything the nickel oxide, and we got a whole bunch of sulfur dioxide gas. Cool bananas. Then with the nickel oxide, we need to mix that with carbon. So what I like to do is I like to have these next to each other. So boom, nitric acid not needed right now. And if you look at this, it needs to heat up to 827. 827, if you hold Alt, it will show you our temperatures around here. Oh yeah, and because there's no oxygen there coming through, it doesn't heat up properly. Let's chuck more charcoal down. Cool beans, it should heat up fairly. So pop down some oxide and carbon. So the reason you need to mix it with carbon is because you need to grab that. You need to, because it's an oxide, it means it's got oxygen in it. So you need to mix it with carbon to remove the oxygen, and then it will be the normal like nickel, well, molten nickel would just chuck in there, and it is nickel then. So we need a bunch of it. 64. Okay, that's not a problem. So that's what we pretty much do here. So pop down nickel oxide there, pop down the carbon here, ensure that it is hot enough with still having oxygen coming through. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to sit here, just collect that, just grab the molten nickel the whole time. There we go. We've got enough nickel now to actually get the first one. As you can see, first one done. So next one is bismuth. But let me first quickly finish all of this nickel oxide and then go from there. And if when you over here in your inventory, when you right click, it will take you to the guide. And when you are over here and you want to see what, if you have it in your inventory, firstly, you can just hide or that, and it will show if it's in the ship or just in your inventory. And then vice versa. You can just right click and it goes to your inventory. But I want to quickly go to nickel again. Is there anything else we can do with nickel oxide? So yeah, it makes nickel and monoxide. With hydrogen gas, makes nickel and steam. Nickel and sulfuric acid makes aquation nickel sulfate. Okay, cool beans. Let's take nickel away because we're good for that now. Bismuth, that is our next chap. With bismuth, we need obviously carbon or iron, and then bismuth sulfide. We don't have the sulfide and we don't have the bismuth oxide. The bismuth oxide is going to be easier, and it takes 1 bismuth oxide, 3 carbon. So 1 bismuth oxide is bismuthantine, and it shows that we've got it in the ship. If we heat it up to 962C, it's going to be good. Bismuthine you can mine over here, so just go and search. It shows it is in the ground first, second level, so it will be over here as well. That's why I want to dig down here. Ow! So that's what we're going to do quickly. We're going to get some bismuth oxide over here. Bismuth. There, we got a lot of it. Potassium bisulfate. No. Okay, cool bananas. So we've got that right here now. And I'm going to pop it there for now. We can sort that out later because we can go right click, input. It shows at, yeah, at almost 1000 C, it will make us bismuth oxide and sulfuric dioxide gas. Let me quickly finish this nickel and make a bunch of nickel, and then I will be back. Oh, I've got quite a bit of it. Before we continue, I want to quickly make a blender because we are running out of carbon. So blender, let's make 64 of the blender blocks. That's going to be perfect. We do need more clay. That is a problem. And ceramic, yeah, that's going to be a problem. So with that, what that means, we can make clay with gravel and water in a blender, gravel and water in a blender. So let's do that. We're going to grab the blender, pop it right there, and yeah, I need to first quickly go around and go and look for proper clay, cause yeah, okay, let me quickly go and do that. And if you're looking for fireflies, you can just go on the overworld and just fly around and they will pop up some other time. So yeah, and that we're gonna need in the future as well for something. And then you can grab these little flowers as well. It will give you sunflower petals and sunflower seeds. That means you can just replant them. And yeah, berries doesn't do anything. So let's just do that. Grass. Okay, cool, bananas. And yeah, we come across another chap that's just making his own farm. He's just going to say what's next to you. This is a mite farm for making loom and wheat and sugarcane field. That is just mite. We can plant our own wheat here and sugarcane. I don't care for that so much right now because, yeah, it's not so important. We will explore with that in the future once we start worrying about food. Came across a little lake. We've got clay over here. That is good enough to start with. We will come back to it in the future. Well, we're going to make our own clay, so I don't care for that so much. Let us just go across over here. I want to show you what's on the edge of the map as well. Then you can see what actually you can get there. There's more sugarcane. There is more clay, so let's grab that as well. Sugarcane, let's just grab it, then we have it. More little flowers, more fireflies, and Yari's a bunch of sand and seawater. So, and hell, so the seawater you can heat up a whole bunch, and then that will make you water, as well as it will give you salt. And yeah, the salt you can use later on for, I think, just for your meat or something. But it is what it is. Let's go back to base. Cool. So the mixer is quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to grab the blender, select so it does the dots. You can just make a however tall you want to make it. I'm going to make it, it says 15. It doesn't use 15, it uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's cool. Now we're going to grab clay, make sure there's a gap, make sure it's a solid, make sure there's a gap, have it go to there, and that one to there as well. This one can be a tiny bit lower. Then we're going to make it curved and straight. I don't care for the heat from this because we're not going to use it permanently. Let's make this one a tiny bit lower. Then from here, you want to make a solid straight up. I'm going to make it 50 for now. And then on this side, you want to make it curved. So let's just go 35 there and 35 there. Get out of it. On that corner, we just go all the way there to 50, and that should be 50 as well. Perfect. And then what I want to do is I just want to pop another blender there. Then we do clay again, pop it right there so we can close it off. We want to grab water. Where do we have? We've got water close to us, don't we? Yeah, right there. Not a lot, so I'm gonna grab this right here, toodaloo water. Pop the water on this side. And then do we have gravel on us? Nope. So gravel we just grab from the ship. Gravel, you can use either the apatite gravel or the limestone gravel. I'm going to use apatite because it is a tiny bit less and it's easier to get. Technically both is easy. And imagine I actually just spelled correctly and not gla. Okay, cool. Let's just pop that in there. The rest can be that. It just needs to be blended, not heated, not anything. Then we are good. Blender, I'm going to still use. That is gone. Then we just grab the crowbar, pop that, and it will make us... Let's just clean up. It will make us clay. So it's not fantastic. We will get filters in the future. We just need the sulfur acid, and then we can do the allow gases, liquids, solids, player, block gases, block liquids, block solids. And what we will do is we will probably just do a, I think, block, or we'll do allow solids. And the only solid that will be allowed is clay. So, oh, you know what? Let's just do it. Acid, sulfuric acid, perfect. So then we just go, we unlock this. We're going to go all the way up then. We go there, filters, allow, solid. I don't want too many. So let's just go 16 for now. Allow solids, pop that there, build it over here, maybe there. Then what we can do is you just press, I think, R on it. Is it? What does it say? Let's check. Prepare. Pixel for allowing only certain phases of matter through, or by separating dissolved substances. And a chicken died. So, yeah, I can't zoom in or out. I don't know why that happens, but okay. Allow solid. So if I take this out, it still allows that. So I'm assuming this is the wrong ones. That should go there. Okay, so we need match filter. That means, let's just make 8 of them. Needs copper and iron, so it's really cheap. Let's just go filter, match filter, and it will be right there. Oh, no! There. Boom, boom, boom. And now we can set it to be clay. Except that one should also be clay. And that one should also be clay. So it's going to show clay, clay, clay. Is it because of that maybe? Select that to be clay and that one to be clay. I should actually move it down. Yes, that's clay now. So why is it not going through? I removed that. So it just should be a straight line. So these blenders are quite useless now. There we go. And it will just do that indefinitely. Cool, and you can make it deeper to get more clay out of it, so that's awesome sauce. Then what we do is we just pop in more gravel, more water. Are we out of water? Yeah, we are. Okay, and then just more gravel on this side. And now we've got infinite clay. Perfect. Now, next up, another blender, a different one, and I'm going to just actually just extend this because it doesn't really matter that much. Cool. Then what we need is, oh no, that's not what we need. We need to build this out of clay. Just make a straight point. I like 45-degree angles. Then we're gonna go straight up. Grab the blender, make it do the dotty dot dots. And you can do 18, it doesn't really matter. The bigger it is, the faster it goes. Then more clay on this side. So let's just make it straight. Make it straight over here. And then this can also just go up to wherever you want it to be. And I like to close it off. It's a bit skew, but I like to close it off because that just means that it we won't get rain and stuff like that in there. And now if you chuck charcoal down there, well, up there, it's gonna make a bunch of carbon. And you can make it slower by making it a tiny bit like thinner at the bottom, but I don't care because we need a bunch of carbon and we've got a bunch of charcoal. Now just for ease, I'm going to do this and this and this pretty much. There. Cool. And grab all of this. Perfect. Hide that. Lie. This gravel can go in there. We just don't have any more water, to be honest. Cool. Potash. That. Okay. Cool bananas. Now let's get back to what we're supposed to do. We need the bismuth oxide. We've got a lot of carbon. Bismuth oxide is heating the bismuthanite to 1000. So easy. Let's just quickly do that. I would like to create a auto smelter in the future, but that is complicated as heck. And I'm still learning a bunch of these things. Let's just quickly go. Bismuth, again, you can get it in the mines at level 3, level 2. So yeah, it will highlight and it will show bismuth deposits. And then Bob's your uncle. Let's quickly light this up. Get it up to 960 something. And it should be good. No, wrong one. Ensure that there's oxygen. There's a chimney thingy going through. And it will heat it up. It is at 3,000 Celsius. So the bismuth will turn into bismuth oxide shortly. If I grab a tiny bit of this. There we go. Sulfur dioxide gas and bismuth oxide. And now we just need to ensure that we give it space to breathe. Yeah, see, it just needs space to breathe, and then Bob's your uncle. And then all of the sulfur dioxide gas goes in here. If it falls over, it's fine, because we can just catch it on the second bit. And then we just continue dropping a tiny bit at a time. And if there's too much, just pick it up. And that's how we make bismuth. So bismuth oxide and carbon needs to be mixed with the same temperature. So let's quickly just pick all of that up. Pick that up. Perfect. Pop some carbon down, well, charcoal down here. Grab the bismuth oxide, pop a little bit down, pop carbon on top of it, It will do its thing. Let's quickly grab this. And okay, cool. It should do something shortly. There we go. Molten bismuth. That is exactly what we need. And yeah, fantastic. Now just more oxide. More charcoal. Like I said, it does smother it. So that's why you need to just give it some breathing room to do its thing. And some of it has already started doing its thing, and it's giving us bismuth. There we go. Nice. I'm quickly going to just do a tiny bit more of this so that we can get that. Oh, never mind. Already have enough, but just to get it through our system a tiny bit so that we don't over encumber ourselves, and we do have enough then for future. Cool. A bunch of it, so I don't want to take all of the molten away, because sometimes you need that. Well, technically you can just melt the bismuth down and it will give you molten stuff. So sweet. A whole bunch of oxide still, that's fine. And bismuthite, that's okay. We've got bismuth itself as well. Cool. And then the one that's a tiny bit more tricky is the chromium. Chromium is, yeah, it's a difficult one because you need to get molten chromium at 2000 Celsius. That is ferrochrome and aluminium, or aluminum. So ferrochrome and aluminium. Ferrochrome is the easier one because that is just chromite with carbon. Chromite is just being dug out, and you can get it in the 3rd level. So quite easy to get. And then you just melt it down. That's ferrochromite. Molten chromite is just, yeah. You just melt it down by 2000 Celsius and you get molten chromite. Then when you do the molten chromite, you just cool it off. It gives you chromite. With carbon, it gives you molten ferrochrome and carbon monoxide. Molten ferrochrome, cool it down and you will get the ferrochrome itself. Then you use the chromite with carbon to, yeah, molten ferrochrome, and then you just cool it down and you get ferrochrome. Then aluminium is a tiny bit more complicated. You can do molten alumina with carbon and you can get molten aluminium and carbon monoxide. You can do molten aluminum chloride with aluminium. You can do aluminium bromide with aluminium or aluminum, yeah, aluminium, and then alumina and carbon. So we're going to get the alumina because that's a lot easier. The alumina we can do with lepidolite, and lepidolite is just a thing that we mine as well in level 2. Then we can just heat it up. Input, yeah, we can just heat it up and it will give us sulfuric acid, or however, yeah, and we do have some of it in our ship. So let's go lepidolite 215. We need to melt it at 550 Celsius. That is very easy. So again, charcoal, just pop it in there. It's easy because we don't have to mix it with carbon, so it will melt very quickly. It's going to do its thing. That will give us the first step of alumina. That means we can go yar lepidolite plus molten alumina. Yeah, that's difficult. Rust with aluminum or ruby with molten alumina. Yeah, it's a difficult thing. Let's grab the molten silica. There we go, molten alumina. That is the one I'm looking for. We can grab the silica as well. That's just a byproduct. And we continue doing this. Keep it on heat. And it gives us molten potassium oxide as well. And hydroxide as well. So we just continue grabbing all of that. And it will give us a steam, which gives us hydrofluoric acid gases. Yeah, molten alumina, cool beans, silica, potassium oxide, and we just continue going back and forth. Cool. So we've got a tiny bit of molten alumina. The alumina we just pop in there. It's going to make alumina itself. Then we need to mix that with carbon to get us molten aluminium. Then with the molten aluminium, we just cool that down and we will get aluminium. Then we need to do with that, we've got the chromium, which means we've got the 2 aluminium. Then we need to get ferrochrome. We'll get to ferrochrome shortly. Let's just start heating this up. And I need to change that out to, yeah, with coal. So coal is not renewable, so we need to be very smart with it, because it takes time to dig out. And it heats up a whole lot better. So what we need with that then is carbon as well. Let's heat this up nicely. It's going to heat up quickly. There we go. We're at 1,000. And there we go. We've got molten alumina. I need that to become aluminium. So let's just wait. There we go. Molten aluminium. That's exactly what I need. So let's pop down more carbon. And then just grab the aluminium the whole time. More carbon. And aluminium. Let's just smother it with carbon for now. Fantastic. Grab all the carbon. I'm going to leave the coal there. I don't want to use it too much. Molten aluminium, we're going to pop down. It's going to turn into aluminium. And Bob's your uncle. Cool. That means that one is done. We've got then the ferrochrome to do. Ferrochrome is just the chromite with carbon at 1,500. Not bad. Chromite, we just dig out at the level 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just look for a nice little spot. I don't want to, yeah, let's go through here. There we go. I'm just cleaning it up as well, because as I said in the comments of the previous episode, I need to clean up. My brain's already all over the place, so let's not mess around with it with not having an organized area. I want to empty my inventory a tiny bit because we're going to use a lot of space right now. So you know what? The coal can go back in. So set it sort to player inventory, ascending, descending with the weight. And yeah, let's just get rid of a lot of these. The limestone, gravel, I'll pop in. Dirt, chuck it out. Clay's fine. Nickel, molten wood, molten silica, iron I want to keep. All of that. Bismuth I need to keep. Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, berries, nickel we need to keep. Carbon we keep. Grass potash, lithium oxide, calcium sulfide, carbon monoxide. Water I'm going to keep. Grass, molten potassium hydroxide, grass, sulfuric acid I'm going to keep. get molten cobalt. I'm gonna keep sand. Nah, keep it. Chuck it. Aluminium. Keep it. Ammonium chloride, cobalt, sugarcane, glass is just for heating up sand. Methane, sulfur, nuts, cobalt steel, blender, chicken eggs, louse solids. I'm gonna get rid of. Hydrofluoric acid, chicken, molten cobalt steel, glycerin, match filters, gonna keep air filter, sulfur dioxide, steam and acid, chicken, lepidolite, I'm gonna just chuck in, silicon, terrafluoride, okay, egg fat, I'm gonna keep nitric acid, xenon, krypton, nitrogen gas, hydrogen gas. Cool. From 29 to that. Not bad. Let's just grab that. We've got a tiny bit of it then. Sulfur is good. This I'm gonna chuck in yar, so we can just make more clay. How much I can chuck in there, I don't know. But I want to try and empty out my inventory. We're out of water, so let's just do that. Because, like I said, I want to empty out my inventory so that we've got space for the bottom. Cool, beads. And in the future, we can automate smelting clay into silicon directly. Now, let's just... Oh, shucks, sorry, cow. We're going to go down just straight. Because we don't need a lot of these right now. We are going for the ferrochrome, which is the chromite. And chromite, it's just going to be a deposit, so yeah. Oh, that's just... Okay, cool. Powder, dolomite, ammonium. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to keep it organized. And we came across a gold node. I have come across one previously, so that's okay. And we are in the blue era, the blue level. Just coming out all the way, and we are looking for... Nah, crap. We are looking for chromite, so yeah. And if you go... It's not in this area, so we need to then go left. Alright, it doesn't matter. And then we can kill these little ghosties to give us ectoplasm. And ectoplasm we use for the allow player, ectoplasm and iron. So this will allow players to go through, but no other material. But it's okay. Let's just go and look for chromite. Cool, we've got chromite here below us. There's a deposit of 504, and we just need to look for it some other time. That is lead. Vanaditite deposit is lead. We will get to that in the future. So yeah, let's just look for the chromite. What a mission to find it, but it is like this little gray. And yeah, I actually quite struggled to find it. You will see I was looking everywhere and really struggled. So there we go. We've got a tiny bit. And how much do we have? Chromite 573. Let's just grab the ectoplasm as well. So yeah, there's 10 left, and that's this 10. There we go, and it will show it's empty. So I'm gonna go just work with this now, and then I can always mine more in between episodes and that. Let me know what you think of that. Should I mine more in between episodes so that we can get down and dirty with the real science, or not? Now we need to heat the chromite to by 1877 Celsius. That means we need to make more coal, but charcoal, use coal, but I'm going to try with charcoal and see how it goes. Then we need to melt this puppy. So it will then give us molten chrome, and then the molten chrome we just then mix with, well, then it gives us chromite with carbon. Do we just mix the chromite? Yeah. Chromite, sorry, my bad. We just mixed the chromite with carbon and it will give us molten ferrochrome at 1400. Okay, that's not bad. So 1400 is not that difficult. We will be able to get it with the charcoal. So let's just go again and pop down the chromite, pop down carbon, pull this up, ensure it still has oxygen, and it will then, there we go, molten chromite and carbon monoxide and ferrochrome. Perfect. Can just do that the whole time, but let's pop this down. No, not charcoal, damn it. Carbon right there, and then I just keep on grabbing all of this. Cool, we've got the ferrochrome. I can continue with this later. Now, to do that, we need to take the ferrochrome and mix it with aluminium at 1000 Celsius. So let's just make that. Okay, cool. And molten chromite, that's fine. Now let us just do this, and that's why I've got this basin here now. We grab, what's the temperature? It's close to 1000. So aluminium and ferrochrome. It's fine if it is molten ferrochrome and aluminium, or molten ferrochrome and molten aluminium. It doesn't matter. It just needs to give us chromium. I see chromium in there somewhere. There we go. Now we just go like this. And yeah, we are out of ferrochrome. But we can chuck down more aluminium. It will mix. And we can just grab this. Perfect. And then with that, we can finally unlock the temperature stuff. Now with this, we can have heat elements. I'm just going to make 64 because it's definitely worth it. Heat elements. With this, we can then actually take all of this away. And I'm going to... so then you can change it. Press R before you build it. Press R, you can see it's going to be 227 or 727 or 1227 or 1727, and then back to the bottom. Then you just pretty much place it wherever. Just don't put charcoal underneath it, and don't heat that up with charcoal or something. It will destroy it. Cool. Now it's going to be 1000 so. Let us then grab that molten aluminium again with the molten ferrochrome, and it will still make the chromium. And you can just then grab it like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alumina. And so on and so forth, pretty much. Cool. And then nitroglycerin with iron. Nitroglycerin, we've got the stuff for the nitroglycerin, so I'm just going to clean this up again. Chromite. Okay, cool. That means we need to get the glycerin. Let's pop that there. And the nitric acid right there. Pop that down. Pop the... Oop. So where do we do... Let's just clean all of this up. Watch out, the nitric acid will kill you. Do we need... How much do we need? 4. I don't think I'm going to be able to make 4 with just 1 nitric acid. So that is going to be the goal for the next episode, so that we can do this rocket launcher and destroy stuff. That said, I'm going to end this episode right here. I really do appreciate you being here. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.